Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my team selection for game week 13 and any transfers that I'm thinking of making as well. So if you're excited for the video, make sure to drop a like down below, leave a comment, what transfers are you thinking of making for game week 13, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, in goal, it kind of just writes itself. It's obviously going to be Areola away at Burnley. Don't really have a choice at this point regardless, because Turner seemingly has lost his place in that Forest starting 11. I mean, the West Ham defence has been absolutely abysmal since bringing in Areola. I think the only kind of points that he's gotten me are when he's made like a couple of saves. He's not made any clean sheets for me or anything like that, and it's been very, very lackluster. I know that some people were looking at like Fpl as well on their wildcards and stuff, but either way, it's just been a bad time for West Ham defence. A lot of people are in the same boat as well. A lot of people that wildcarded in game week 8 and 10 did bring in Areola. If you brought in someone like Johnston or someone like that instead, then obviously you're loving life because he's been very, very good since the wildcard switch. But yeah, with Areola, just not that good. So it might be getting to the point where we have to start thinking of a potential goalkeeper switch. I mean, there's not really many others that I'm kind of like okay bringing in for this price. Like, he's still like the cheapest goalkeeper really to bring in, at like 4.3 I think he is now, but at the same time, if he's getting you 0 clean sheets every single week, then you're gonna have to be looking elsewhere. But they've still got really nice fixtures, and you know, it could change around, you don't know, but as of right now, Areola has been very, very bad, and yeah, hopefully he gets a clean sheet away at Burnley, but I'm not really holding my breath at all. But I have to play him anyway because Turner has lost his spot in the Forest starting 11. So yeah, in goal we do have Areola with Burnley away. At the back we've got Matty Cash, who's got Spurs away, Gabriel, who's got Brentford away, and then Anderson, who's got Luton away. So all away fixtures for the back line and the goalkeeper this week, well, after the international break, whereas in game week 12, everyone had a home fixture, but I got 0 clean sheets. So yeah, Matty Cash, I'm not really expecting anything from that game. Aston Villa's defence has also not been that good. In fact, the only clean sheet that Cash got since I brought him in was when he got subbed early. Can't remember who they played, but either way, it would have been like another kind of clean sheet wipeout if he hadn't come off early. But yeah, I mean, for the price that he is, 5.2, I mean, I'm definitely thinking about getting rid of him soon. I'll probably keep him for Spurs, keep him for the Bournemouth game, obviously, and then they've got like City and Arsenal back to back, so I have no reason to have him in my team at all at that point. And there's a lot of money saved up in as well. I can easily drop him down to like a 4.5 defender, and then I'm going to be making like 0.5 on him, so I'm very happy with that. But yeah, I'll probably keep him for the next couple and then start thinking about getting rid of him, because defense just don't seem to be that good in this FPL season. There's just not a lot of points there. Obviously, Trippier went on a really good streak, and luckily I got a lot of those points before I wildcarded. But apart from him, there's not really been a massive standout defender. I know that Simicast just got a massive 15-point bomb, but again, a lot of people benched and sold him in that week anyway. But yeah, Matty Cash, Spurs away. You know, I'm not the happiest about playing him, but there's not really any better options to play. I've got like Simicast, who's got City away, so I'm obviously not going to be playing him. Gabriel with Brentford away. I'm not really expecting a clean sheet in this game either. If he even plays, like even if he doesn't play, I don't have the greatest options on the bench coming on for him, but if he does play, I don't think they will be keeping a clean sheet. I definitely think that Mbeumo is going to score or something like that's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, I mainly brought him in for that Burnley fixture, and then obviously the fixtures after the Brentford game. But I have to play him this week because he's just one of my better options to have. But I'm not really expecting too much. And then Anderson, who's got Luton away, I'd like to think I'm going to get a clean sheet from that fixture, but I generally don't know. They did just concede 3 to Everton. So yeah, I mean, the back line and the goalkeeper, I'm not really expecting big things at all. It's going to be a very hit or miss game week. I think there might be some heroes that I wasn't expecting, like Anderson might score or Gabriel might score or something like that. And I feel like my good players just might not do very well. But yeah, looking at the back line and the goalkeeper, it's not looking great. I'm not expecting massive things. I mean, some people are playing double Arsenal defence because they did bring in Gabriel and Saliba. So they're really hoping that Brentford don't score. But yeah, I mean, looking at my team, that's just the best kind of back line that I can bring in, really. So yeah, that's the defence and the goalkeeper. In midfield, we've got Hee-Chan, who's got Fulham away. I've got Bowen, who's got Burnley away, Salah, who's got City away, Saka, who's got Brentford away, and then Son, who's got Villa at home. So a lot more away fixtures as well. I've only got one home fixture out of all the players that we've gone over so far, which is Son, who's got Villa at home, which is not a very good fixture at all, especially with the players that Spurs are missing. Hee-chan is very much up for debate whether I play him or Archer, and we'll go over that in a second, but I don't really know which is the better option. There's like kind of points for both of them and points against both of them, but yeah, I'll go over that in a second. But I'm currently playing Hee-chan, who's got Fulham away. It might even be the case where I have to play them both. If there's an injury over the international break, then it's nice to know that I've got a decent bench option to bring in, as long as it's not a defender. If I have a defender that's injured, then it's not great. But if like any of my forwards or midfielders are injured, then I can bring in Archer for this game week. But yeah, Hee-chan, who's got Fulham away. Bowen with Burnley away. I mean, he loves a goal away from home, so I'm hoping that he does score. I feel like I'm getting a little bit lucky with Bowen returning like every week now, though. He kind of reminds me of Jesse Lingard when he was playing for West Ham a few seasons ago, where he was just returning every single game week. But yeah, for me, I really like Bowen as an option, and he's given me every reason to keep him into my team, even with like game week 14 approaching and obviously everybody jumping on the Mbumo train and stuff like that. But for me, Bowen is not doing anything wrong to get out of my team, and that Burnley away fixture, I think he's definitely a captaincy option this week as well, which might be a bit crazy, but Salah and Haaland are playing each other. Son's got a tricky fixture at home to Villa, who of course is a weakened Spurs side. And then, I mean, Saka away at Brentford, he's not really been doing much to warrant me giving him the captaincy armband. So yeah, I think that Bowen is actually a really good shout this week, but I'm not going to do it because I'm not brave enough to do it, but I think he could go big this week. And then yeah, Salah, who's got City away, does always like scoring against City, so I'm absolutely fine playing him. I'm hoping it's just a goal fest and Salah and Haaland just both produce. But yeah, Salah, City away, hardest fixture of the season, but it generally could go either way. We did just see that Chelsea game with City, 4-4 draw. I mean, yeah, anything could happen. And then, yeah, Saka with Brentford away. Like I say, he's not really been delivering too much lately. He's got me like an assist here or there, but hasn't really scored in the Prem. Obviously got like a goal and assist in the Champions League, which would have been ideal if he got that this week. But yeah, unfortunately he didn't. But yeah, Brentford away for Saka. And then, as I say, Son in that depleted Spurs team has blanked the last 2 game weeks. But one of them was that 4-1 loss against Chelsea where they got 2 men sent off. So you can't really say that that was Son's fault. He just had no service that game. The Wolves game, fair enough. You know, he definitely could have had a return in that game, but it is what it is. Like, that was just a crazy turn of events in the last, like, few minutes of that game. But either way, that is the midfield. And then up top, we've got Watkins, who's got Spurs away, and then Haaland, who's got Liverpool at home, who is my current captaincy just because of the home fixture. I mean, they're both on penalties. Salah does get more points for a goal, would obviously get like the clean sheet point as well, but I can't see Liverpool keeping a clean sheet. So yeah, Haaland, I've currently gone for my captain just because of the home fixture, but it very well could go either way. And then as you can see, the bench, we've got Turner, who's got Brighton at home, but has lost his spot. Archer, who's got Bournemouth at home, which is a really, really nice fixture, which again, I'm still and ahhing about playing him or Hee-chan. Kabore, who's got Crystal Palace at home, so not the greatest fixture, but if I have to play him, I will. And then Tsimikas, who's got City away, who I don't want to play this week after the international break in game week 13, just simply because I can't see City not scoring in that game. But the thing about Archer and Hee-chan, obviously, is Hee-chan gets more points for the goal. He gets 1 more point, being 5 points instead of Archer's 4. Obviously, Archer would get more bonus if he scored. I feel like Sheffield United are less likely to score, though, even though it is the home fixture. Like, Wolves have been scoring more lately, and so that's always also going for him. But yeah, it's the fact that it's that home fixture as well. And the thing about Sheffield United, like, if they're going to stay up, they have to be getting points at home to teams like Bournemouth and stuff like that. Otherwise, they're just going to be going down. I know they currently sit bottom, I do believe, of the Prem, but like these games, they have to get something from. And so I think that'll give them more of a reason to like go out and go towards them. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like Hee-chan could... I feel like whatever decision I make is going to be the wrong one. But I might just have to flip a coin because there's nothing really between them in terms of like who I think is going to do better. It could literally go either way. They could both blank. They could both return. One could return, one couldn't. So it might just be the case where I just flip a coin. But either way, that is how my current team is looking for game week 13. As you can see, like on paper, it's all right. Like, but there are a few tough fixtures in there. There's a lot of away fixtures. The defense could definitely be better, but that's kind of the situation that I'm in. Moving on to transfers, though. as you all may be aware, I do currently have 0 in the bank. I've got 1 free transfer, obviously. And so, yeah, if I'm going to be taking a player out this week, it's going to have to be downgrading someone because I have no money to upgrade anybody in the team. I do kind of like the idea of going into game week 14 with 2 free transfers. But at the same time, I've looked at this team countless times, and there's no way I can get Mbumo in for Hee-chan, which would be absolutely ideal. I mean, the only way I would be able to do it is if I took like a -16. Because if I brought in Mbumo, downgraded Gabriel to like a 4.5 defender, that would save me 0.3. If I downgraded Cash to a 4.5 defender, that would be 0.8, because obviously 0.3 and 0.5. If I downgraded Anderson as well to a 4.5, that would be another 0.4. So that would be 1.2. And then if I downgraded Turner to a 3.9 keeper, that would be 1.3, which would just be enough for Mbumo. So if I had a wild card, I would be able to have this midfield, which I think will be the best midfield game week around game week 14. But obviously, I'm not going to be taking a -16 point hit to get in Mbumo. So the only thing that I can really do to bring in Mbumo is, I mean, there's always the option of getting rid of Watkins as well. But do I really want to do that? If I downgrade Watkins to a Solanke, which isn't like the worst idea, he's got some nice fixtures coming up. He's on penalties. I mean, he should be on penalties. I don't think Bournemouth have had a pen since they got promoted, which is absolutely insane, to be fair. Yeah, he's got some nice fixtures. He's a 90-minute man, especially over the Christmas period where I'm going to be needing players that are definitely going to be playing every single game. So, like, Mbumo is obviously not going to get dropped. Bowen's not going to get dropped. Son's not going to get dropped. Salah's not going to get dropped. Players like Gabriel could potentially get dropped. You know, maybe even Haaland misses a game as well. So going into that Christmas period, I need players that are definitely going to play. And I know Watkins probably will be playing every game anyway, but this is something I could arguably do around game week 14 to be bringing in the Mbumo transfer. But the only problem is I'd be bringing in Solanke against Cash, which obviously is not ideal. So that's the only thing that I can really see working in order to bring in Mbumo in. The other thing is just to get rid of Hee-chan and bring in like Palmer, and that'll obviously be 0.3 and then just not have Mbumo. Obviously the easy option is to just go from Bowen to Mbumo. Like, that's just the very easy option, but there's no reason to. Like, he's not giving me any reason to do it, and it's just getting rid of a good player for another good player. And really, Bowen is just getting me like money as well by just going up all these price rises and stuff. Like, as all these midfielders around him are getting injured, he's just going up in price because everyone's just jumping on him. So yeah, I don't really know. I'm probably just gonna roll over the international break, unless obviously there's injuries and stuff that can obviously happen. I might look at this team next week and have like 3 flagged players. Hopefully that doesn't happen, but that is something that could. So if that's the case, then obviously I will have to do something. But I think if I was gonna get rid of a player this week, it would probably be Matty Cash. But then there's not really any player that I want to really bring in. Like, around game week 14, I'll probably even think about bringing in a Brentford defender, just because the Brentford fixtures are really really nice. So if I bring in someone like, I don't know, Pinnock, after game week 13, obviously I wouldn't be bringing him in this week, but then 14 rolls around, they've got Luton, Brighton, Sheffield United, Villa. They've got some okay fixtures to be bringing in a Brentford defender. The only problem is obviously that blank in game week 18. So if I was going to be like bringing in Brentford and City players, they would all be blanking in that week. So I don't know. I think the smartest option is just to roll. Like, the last 2 transfers that I made, if I just rolled, I would have been on a lot more points. Because obviously I would have played Simicast last week instead. So yeah, I think maybe just rolling is the idea, and then just going into game week 14 with 2 free transfers. And then it might be a little bit easier to bring in Mbumo in if like there's an injury or something. I don't really know, but either way, that is going to be my game week 13 team selection so far. I'll probably make a wildcard draft on Friday, and then do like updated stuff next week when we've got more information, if any injuries or anything like that. But if you enjoyed the video, please do drop a like down below. Let's try and hit 50 likes. Leave a comment. What are your transfers you're thinking of making for game week 13? Subscribe if you're brand new, and until next time, peace.